Every single day, there are tons of pieces of artwork put online that are made by AI, and I understand that it can be hard to tell whether or not it was made by a human being or not. But now we have an artist who was bullied off of social media because they were accused of their piece being AI when it really wasn't. And the individual who bullied this artist is getting brutally ratioed. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I get it. There are plenty of times where I look at something and I think to myself, is this AI or not? And I try to do a lot of research, but when it's an individual who is claiming it is their art and something looks a little bit fishy, like maybe the way the fingers look or one of the details on a piece of their clothing, I go down their social feed to look at other pieces of their artwork and to see if maybe they have time lapses of them creating their piece and to see if it is real or not. And I get that it is hard to tell sometimes, but what's not okay is to go around just accusing artists of using AI instead of putting a lot of hard work and effort into their projects. And that is exactly what has happened. So this initial art had blown up because, yes, it is a pretty good art, but there were some individuals saying, oh, this looks suspicious. Now, this obviously is Miss Conroji from Demon Slayer, and I personally think it's a pretty good art. She's happy, she's excited, her skirt is flowing, her hair is flowing. Yeah, sure, the hands look maybe a little bit bizarre, maybe the shading looks a little bit awkward at times, like next to her knee, but ultimately, this to me never screamed AI, and I don't really even know where somebody would get that, judging by maybe these like two or three elements, but they circled a ton of different things, and only like the two of them looked a little bit odd to me, but it's not like this was a piece that took 100 hours for an artist to complete. It clearly was just like a quick sketch. I didn't think that much about it. And this person ended up bullying this artist off of social media. They deactivated all of their accounts. They clearly were receiving a lot of backlash, but there are, of course, a lot of people who took the time and effort to actually look into this artist's history. They have had some time lapses on their social media. They have lots of different artwork that they've done. And now the bully has apologized, but it really raises the question, when is like enough, right? When do you say, no, I'm not going to forgive you for this? No, it's not okay. Because accusations like this can derail someone's career. If I work for a big company and people on social media are accusing me of using AI, they're going to fire me. Most likely, I would assume so. If this person had a job as an artist, they could have had their career severely damaged just by posting one of the projects they felt passionately about on social media. And I get it, right? Everyone is allowed to apologize, but ultimately, it's not my place to accept their apology or not. That would be up to the artist who was accused of using AI, and they have not returned to social media. Now, this individual, Zentry, who accused the artist, said, I was wrong. I am so sorry, took the post down. PSA, I falsely mistook a very real artist's last post before they shut down their account as AI and was a very hurtful person for it. The account has been blacked out, comments were off, and I evidently live under a rock. I deleted the post because I was wrong. The art was cute. I was an idiot and will keep my mouth shut from now on matters like these. I think the problem isn't having an opinion. The problem is circling 50 different things and coming to the conclusion that it was definitively AI art. And now this person is getting community noted. They are getting wrecked by the internet, and there's people who are raising the same question I did. This is insane. A legitimate artist was bullied out of existence for what reason? At what point does this kind of stuff start to deserve actual consequences? This platform is so unbelievably hostile to artists at this point. I don't even know what to say. And I get it. Again, it has become the norm to see AI art on social media every single day, but that's why I go down artists' feeds before I decide to follow them. And if you get my follow, it's because I do believe you are an individual who is a legitimate artist, not somebody who's like using AI or using these different things to totally create art. People are really questioning now, if this person is going to come back, if they're going to stay away. I even saw Savvy voice her thoughts on this, saying this piece of shit accused an actual artist of using AI simply because they didn't know who they were and it was too good, but also not at all. This loser who feels the need to police art led to the person deleting their account. Who are you sorry to? You aren't sorry at all. You revel in your little cancel culture, and you, along with people like you, love to harass artists. I've talked a lot on this channel about artists being harassed. It typically has to do with anime, video games, and manga, which is pretty sad. But there are a lot of people who will do fan arts and then they will be bullied because of it. There's a lot of instances where they will take a character who might be slightly younger and then they will age them up, they will reimagine them, and then people call them disgusting things just because they're basically taking inspiration from that character but completely reimagining them in like a different time period with different types of clothing or a different age. Like, I don't see the problem in that, and most normal people wouldn't either. There's lots of fan arts for games that people find too controversial that end up getting, I don't want to say ratioed, but they will get attacked similar to this artist. And then sometimes those people will not understand what to do in that situation, which, in my opinion, is always to stand your ground because you are an artist and you should be able to create the art you want. But they will apologize or delete their art, which is terrible that somebody feels the need to have to do that. People are commenting on Savvy's thread, which did blow up, and I'm glad to see it, saying it only took a years for these people to make me go from, yeah, AI art is kind of shitty to it's fine as long as the person isn't claiming to be a real artist. To God, I hope it gets even more indistinguishable from the work of a real person. I don't necessarily have a problem with AI art as long as somebody labels it as AI art and points out that it is AI art, because sometimes it can take you hours upon hours upon hours to put in the parameters and sift through images and reimagine certain elements. Like, that's okay as long as you have labeled it as AI, but to go around just accusing everybody of using AI really is not the way to go. Yeah, their apology tweet didn't seem genuine at all. It didn't, and they were not genuinely upset over the fact that they harassed somebody off the internet. They simply wanted to apologize so they could look better and stop getting spammed with your terrible person posts. The artist had such a sweet style. What a loser for just firing off the hip, which I completely agree with. Misled by closed comments, sure thing, bud. People are saying, isn't targeted harassment a reportable offense on here? And it most certainly is. I feel terrible for this artist because I did think that their art was super cute. Again, it's not like it was a 100-hour piece by any means. It was not ever supposed to be. And it was really a genuinely awesome thing to see a happy, go lucky, flowy, very feminine art of Miss Conroji. And it just sucks that this artist has been bullied off of social media. So I will be keeping my eye on their account over the next few days. Maybe they will see this outpouring of love and support and they will end up returning. But the cancel culture vultures got this really talented artist. And while it's sad and it's disappointing, we've seen this happen a lot over the past few years. And I only think it's going to continue to get worse, where individuals want to be mad at something, so they go around accusing artists of their posts being AI. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.